welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, thanks so much for stopping by. For today's video, I have for you a 5 looks, 1 palette with the brand new Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette. So if that sounds interesting to you, why don't we go ahead and get started? Alright, so like I said, I'm super excited about this. I know it's very bright. I know a lot of people were like, what is this all about? I do wish, I have to say, that she had done it in the $65 palette instead, just because these pans are so huge. But the colors are gorgeous, and I will have no problem using this. So, let's just go ahead and read a little bit about what Sephora says about this beauty. It says, a palette that includes 14 shades ranging from pastels to vibrant pigments and pearls. Ingredient callouts: free of parabens. It is also cruelty free. What else you need to know? This is an iconic palette concept by Natasha Denona. These shades can be combined horizontally as complete 5-pan eyeshadow palettes, in vertical rows of 3, diagonals of 3, or quads of 4 to create different looks. So I think that's it. Yep, that's pretty much all they had to say about it here. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and take a look at this beautiful thing. This is in her, you know, plastic packaging. Seems like she's moving forward with this type of packaging for the majority of her palettes going forward. So here's what it looks like on, it's kind of reflective, there we go, on the outside. And then, let's see if I can cover up the mirror a little bit so it doesn't blind y'all. And then you can see all the gorgeous shades. So pretty. I can definitely see how some people are intimidated by this because the colors are really kind of all over the place when you're looking at it, you know. But in listening to what it said in Sephora, it says the shades can be combined horizontally as a complete 5-pan look. So all of those could make a look. All 5 of those together can make a look, and all 5 of these can make a look according to Natasha Denona. Or you can do diagonal, or you can do, did she say vertical? Horizontally, vertical, vertical right here of 3. So like that, or you can do quads. So that's the way she kind of tends to do all of her palettes. I know it looks like it might not necessarily work here, and it might or it might not. I'm not necessarily going to follow that that scheme. I'm just going to kind of roll with what I want to play with. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and swatch these on the back of my hand. And see what we want to play with. There you go. I know this started off looking nice. These aren't so straight, but that's okay. This is what the palette looks like together. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what we're dealing with. I mean, the metallics in here are fabulous. The mattes swatched really well. The only one that was a little bit kind of patchy was Magic, and that could also just be my skin. Magic right here, it's that deep kind of purple matte. It looks a lot darker here, I'll say too, than it does in the pan. So I don't know. We'll find out when we play with it. Alright, I am back. I have you guys all zoomed in, up close and personal, and I have my eyes primed already. I used the same eye primer I always use, the Ulta matte eye primer in the shade Nude. So let's go ahead and get this look started. This is look number 1. Let's see what we want to do. What do we want to play with? Kind of digging on those oranges. So that's what I think I'm going to start with. And then I might do like a pop of color on the bottom lash line. So yeah, let's do that. Let's start with Firework. So that would be this first shade right here. Firework. Right there. Okay, I'm going to take that and blend it through my crease. For that, I'm going to use, this is a Morphe X Jeffree Star JS8 brush right here. We're just going to dip into Firework. A little powdery, very pigmented. So I'm just going to tap it off so I don't get a lot of fallout. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Super simple, just running this shade through the crease. Alrighty, I'm back. I have that first shade Firework blended out all through the crease, so this is what we're looking like right now. Next up, I'm going to, there's not a lot of mattes in here. I'm just realizing the matte to shimmer ratio is, which is not a problem to me. I love her shimmers and I can absolutely reach for another palette. That is not a problem, but I don't really necessarily have another matte. I've got a purple, I've got a teal, I've got a very light pink, and I've got a dark pink. And that's it. So I guess I'm going to be dealing with shimmers in my crease, which is totally fine with me. I think we're going to dip into Spiral, which is this shade. Sorry, I'm trying to keep from blinding you guys and keep from dropping the palette. So it's this shade right here. I'm going to go into the outer corner and the crease with that. Okay, well that's not working. It's not really dark enough. It just kind of blends in. I gotta do the same thing on the other side now. You know what? Let's put some of Acrobat on the outside. I'm just gonna be a little wild. I'm gonna do some orange and I'm gonna do this shade right here, Acrobat. I'm going to put Acrobat in the outer corner and in the crease. To do this, I'm going to use, what do I want to use? Is this a good one? Yeah, this is a Jessup tapered blending brush. So I'm going to use that. Dip into Acrobat, that beautiful cream to matte teal. Oh, so pretty. And honestly, I feel like this shade right here is really hard to formulate. Like a lot of times they're super dry, so maybe that's why she did this in a cream. At least I think it's cream to powder. It sure felt like it. Then I drag it into the crease a little bit. There we go. Now it's coming across. So I'm going to continue doing this with this eye and this eye, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back and I have that gorgeous shade Acrobat on, that beautiful teal, and I think it's actually looking pretty good with that orange as a transition shade. I think I'm going to kind of switch up my original plan. Instead of using Canon and Spiral, I think I want to use Grin, this shade right here. I'm going to use that on the lid, that gold right there. I think that'll look really pretty with this teal. So let me grab a shader brush. Oh, here we go. Trusty e.l.f. brush. Alright, so we're going to go into Grin. I'm going to go without wetting it and see what it looks like. Oh wow, that looks almost like a greenish gold as I'm putting it on the eyes. And that's probably just because it's layering over that teal. I just realized that. But anyways, it looks really pretty over that teal. Alright, so that's what that looks like. Let's do it on the other eye. Okay, so here we go. This is how we're looking so far. I really like it so far, and I really like the way that gold blends on top of the teal. I'm just going to kind of go here and kind of, oh, did I not go over enough? Yeah, I think I did. Kind of blend the teal in with the gold. And I'll go back with a little bit more gold on top. Just to kind of feather it together. So it's not like such a harsh line. Okay, so there we go. Okay, actually I'm going to do Acrobat on the outer portion of my lash line. I'll do Acrobat, but then on the inner portion I'm going to try out this color Spiral and see how I like it. Pull back in some of that orange. Okay, for Acrobat I'm going to use a really, yeah, that'll work. It's a Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH39. It's like a kind of like a pencil brush, I guess. Alright, so we're dipping into Acrobat first, just to kind of connect the outer corners of the lower and upper lash line so it seems a little bit more cohesive. There we go, and I'm just going to take it to about the center of my eye, like so. Okay, I'll do the same thing on the other one, and then we'll go in probably with the same brush and add Spiral. Okay, I'm looking, and I brought the gold over a lot farther here than I did here, so I need to fix that. See, once you get all up close and personal, then you can really see, oh, whoops, I missed stuff. So I'm going to put that here, but then I'm going to bring the teal back in. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. We're just going to make it, like I bring it all the way over, but then I'm going to add the teal back in on top of it. Just a little bit. There we go. Kind of blend that into it. Okay. So there we go. That's what we're looking like. Okay. There we go. Now that's how we're looking with the Acrobat on the lower lash line. I kind of fixed up here. So we're going to do Spiral, which was that orange shimmer shade. We're going to do that on the inner portion of the lower lash line. Just trying to decide if I like this. On the bottom lash line, that is. So you can kind of see that orange down there, but not very well. I wonder if I go on top with Firework, that first orange that I went in with, if that'll help. Yeah, I think that's making it stand out a little better. I think because it was a shimmer, it is a shimmer. I just didn't want to stand out. Okay, and then I'm going to take, what is this? A Jessup Diffuse Crease Brush. And I'm going to go back into Firework, and then on the top, I'm just going to kind of gently blend just to kind of bring that orange back in. Okay, I'm going to blend just a little bit with this teal because I still feel like the gold's coming over a lot. There we go. Just need to reinforce that teal a little bit. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so this is what we're looking like right here. I like it. I know it's a little out there, a little different, but that's what this palette's going to be to me anyways. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I want to do. I feel like I need to do a little bit more blending of this gold shade right here, maybe just into crease a little bit. Alrighty, so let's do some lashes and an eyeliner if I so choose, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I have put on some eyeliner, lashes, and a lip, and mascara. So for my liner, I used the ColourPop. This is in the old packaging. Fast Lane. It's like a teal liner. And I used that both in my waterline, and I tightlined with it too, just to kind of help. I mean, I needed to tightline anyway, so I thought I even put a little bit on the upper lash line because I felt like it just pulled the teal and the gold back together. I don't know. And then next up for my mascara, I used the Maybelline, the Falsies Lash Lift. Right here. If it'll show. Come on. Okay. There you go. Anyways, I use that. And then my lashes are the Kiss Pompadour. This is what they look like. Let me see if you can see this. Oh yeah. Okay, there you go. Come on, focus. Without the glare. There you go. Pompadour. So those are the eyelashes. And then for the lip, I got this, I ordered it with the palette. I got this Sephora Lip Stories. I've always heard such good things about these lipsticks, but I've never tried them. And they just came out with a Zodiac, I guess, version or whatever. So I picked up Taurus because I'm a Taurus. And it's a beautiful color. I really, really like it. It's a cream. Yeah, and Taurus is the shade name. So here, this is what it looks like. So when I first started putting it, or before I put it on, I thought, oh, that might be way too brown for the look. But I think it turned out okay. It's a very just neutral lipstick, and it feels really good on the lips. So I do recommend this, and I might pick up a few more because they're super cheap and good quality. And I've always heard people rave about these, so I'm glad I got one. Alrighty, so this is look number 1. But all in all, I think this look came together well. I think it's pretty. Kind of a little mishmash of colors that I wasn't expecting at first, but I really like the outcome. I think it's quite pretty. So feel free to let me know what you think. Alright, I am back. I'm all zoomed in, and I've already primed my lid with my Ulta matte eye primer in the shade Nude. But anyway, so the way Natasha Denona normally sets up her palettes is she has it where You can do horizontally, so you can use all 5 shadows and that'll make a look. So there's 3 different looks if you were to do that using 5 shadows at a time from the row. She also has it where you can do it vertically, so going down. And she also has it where you can do it diagonally, so like going this way, this way. She also has quads, so she also does quads, so like these 4, these 4, these 4, these 4, and so on and so forth. So that's the way she normally sets up her palettes. I'm not sure if that was her plan in this one, just because there are so few mattes in this one. But that's okay. I mean, I can totally make it work, and I think I am going to try to do like a quad. I don't know. We're gonna do it. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do a quad. So we're gonna do this quad right here. These 4 shades right here. So you've got kind of a teal shimmer, kind of a silvery blue shimmer, a very light pink, and a very light kind of bluish turquoise color. So we're gonna get the look started off by going in with that first light pink shade right here, Cotton Candy. And I'm going to put that all over my crease, all throughout my crease. Let's find a good brush for that. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a Nabla N305. That's a nice tapered brush. So this one, when I swatched it, and I will insert the swatches, was very, very light. Like it very barely showed up on my hand. So I'm not expecting a lot of payoff, but that might be different, you know, on the eyes. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I can see a little bit of it. It's just like a light wash kind of color. But if you wanted to get more vibrancy out of a shade like this or any other shade, you could always start with a white base. But I just want just a natural, well, not natural look, but I just wanted to use it with my normal primer. Alright, I'm going to keep on doing that on the other side and I'll be right back with you. Okay. Alright, so I have that pink blended and it's very, very faint. You may not even be able to see it on camera. I mean, I can see it in the monitor, in my monitor, but it's a very light wash up color. So, which is fine. So next up, I'm going to go in with the same brush. I'm going to go in with, I think this is supposed to be Fun to Mime. And it's that light blue shade right there. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, she said this was one of her cream to powder formulas. So I do believe that's what she said about this shade. So it should be nice. Hopefully I'll get good payoff with it. It's picking up nicely on the brush. Not too much kick up. Alright, so now I'm just going to run this in the crease. Below that pink as much as possible. Well, not as much as possible, but below the pink, but not down too far. Alright, so I'm going to work on getting this shade blended through the crease. In both of my eyes. On both of my eyes. Not in. On both of my eyes, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, I'm back. I have that shade all blended in now. That one was called Fun to Mime. So this is what we look like right now. Get a little closer so you can see. They're 2 very pastel shades, which, you know, I mean, they look that way in the pan too. So they're performing exactly like they look in the pan, in my opinion. With pastels, like in the future, if I were to use these colors, I might lay down a white base just to get a little bit more vibrancy out of them. But that's okay. I've got other colors to deal with here, so we'll get plenty of vibrancy. The only thing is we don't have a lot of depth. I don't know. I think I might be able to make it work. I think I can make it work. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're going to go in with Flip right here. Flip, this kind of turquoise shade right here. And I'm going to put that mostly on the outer portion of my lid, and see where we go from there. Let's see, I need something with, maybe not quite that small. There we go, perfect. This is my Sigma Firm Shader E57. Can't read upside down sometimes. There you go. So that's what I'm going to use. Okay, focus. There we go. All right, so we're going to dig into Flip. We're going to try it dry first, just because usually her shadows don't need any help with being foiled. And I have a feeling this is no different. All right, yeah. Very pretty. All right, I am going to spray it because there's just a teensy bit of fallout happening. So let me just grab my water, spray my brush. And I'm kind of dragging this through the crease now. Just a little bit, just kind of with what's left on my brush. Okay. Do the same on the other side. Be right back with y'all. All right, I am back. This is how we're looking. I've got this shade Flip right here in my outer corner and crease, and like halfway on my eyelid right now. So that's where we're at. I lost the pastel shades when I was blending, so I need to go back and add the light blue and the light pink, just to see if I can get that gradient built back up. So we're going to try that real quick. We're going to go in first with the shade Fun to Mime, which is that light blue shade. And just kind of ever so slightly go on top of that shimmer shade. I still see the pink now that I'm looking, so I don't think I need to add more of that, just a little bit more of this blue back in there, just so it's a little bit lighter. In some areas. Plus the edges were looking a little bit rough. They needed to be buffed. So buffing them out with this lighter shade really helps. But I'm being very gentle. I'm not like doing a really hard blend or anything like that. So now I'm just working on the blend and making sure the shape is looking okay. Sorry, y'all aren't seeing that. We do have a little bit of fallout. It's not terrible, but let me just see if I can brush that off. We're getting close to even. And I just like it diffused a little bit more. And that raises it up a little bit more too. Okay. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to now go into, I'm going to clean up that firm shader brush on my Veramona color switch, which is great. So like it had that teal all over it, and now it's gone. No pigment. Love this thing. All right, so now I'm going to go into Snow Cone, which is this gorgeous light blue silver shade right here. And I'm going to add that to the inner portion of my lid. And I'm going to spray it just because I had fallout with the other shade. And I can see I probably will with this one too. All right, if I don't wet it, that is. So here we go. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. Alright, let me finish adding this to the lid and I'll be right back with y'all. Alright, I'm back, and this is how we look with the shade Snow Cone on the lid. That bright, pretty blue on the inner corner right there. So I noticed that I've lost some of the pink. Not that it stood out a whole lot, but I do still want to keep that in the look. So let me make sure this brush, I'm going to use the same Novella brush, make sure it doesn't have any pigment on it. And go back into Cotton Candy, that light pink shade we started off with, and just kind of reinforce that transition shade. Plus it'll kind of help buff out the look. There we go. I think that's looking better. Hopefully you guys can see the pink. I'm going to add a little bit more. But I mean, this took this all the way up to the brow bone, which is fine. You know, it's kind of an out there look. Very spring-like, I would say. Very pastel. I do think I need to go back in and also reinforce that first turquoise shimmer that we put down, Flip, I think is what it's called, yeah. Just that way we have a little bit more depth. So let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to use the same Sigma Firm Shader Brush. I'm just going to clean off that light shade and go into the dark shade and just kind of, again, deep in the outer corner. It's not going to be that deep. I'm just going to get it as deep as I can because I really prefer a deeper outer corner. It gives me more, you know, definition in my eye, I feel like. So there you go. So there's the difference between one eye. So that one, I've deepened up everything. That one still needs a little bit of work. Hopefully you can see that difference between the two. Okay, I think I can call that done. Don't have an inner corner highlight. The only other bright shade in here is has more of like a purple undertone. So I'll save that for a different look. So for my inner corner, I'll just use the highlight that I used, which is the Natasha Denona. It's from the Diamond and Blush kit right here. This is what it looks like right here. My diamond shade down there in the corner got this one right here got shattered, but I was able to repress it. So anyways, this is on my face today. I'm wearing the blushes together. I did a little bit of cream and a little bit of powder, and I'm wearing that over that right there. So I'm going to go in with this right here. I don't want the diamond stuff all in there. I want the, oh crud, my fingernail just jutted in there. That was nice. Anywho, so that shade is called Glow Extreme. So we're going to use that on the inner corner. And I've got Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH. I think that's a 42. Okay, so with that, we're going to go in, get some on the brush. Let's see. This wasn't a super blinding highlight, so, which I think she intended it that way, since she's got her diamond formula in there too. And then wet it. And here we go. Yeah, let me get closer. Can you see that fallout on my cheek, on my chin? I mean, cheeks right there. I've got lots of fallout. Yeah, there you go. You can see that. So I'm going to try to dust that away. Very, very gently. We'll see. I think that took care of most of it on that side. That's good. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go in with candy, cotton candy, and see how I like that. And then we'll go from there. So let me find a brush to do the cotton candy on my lower lash line. All right, this is a Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH39 brush right here. All right, well, let's see. We're just gonna make her a pastel, pretty pastel, whatchamacallit look. Okay, I think I'll come down with that light blue, Fun to Mime. Because the pink isn't doing much for me. Okay, so that is what that's looking like after I added that light blue on top of the pink. Which I think I'm gonna leave it that way, but I will add like a eyeliner in my waterline. Probably a pink one to help reinforce. Help bring that pink out a little bit more. All right, there we go. I've got everything blended on the lower lash line now. So I did that light pink and then I did the light blue kind of on top of it because you couldn't really see the pink. When the upper portion's done, did the inner corner highlight. And I went and I found a eyeliner to use in my waterline. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Amped. So, there you go. That's what we're working with. I'm going to put that on the waterline and see how it looks. Hopefully it'll bring that pink out. Maybe I'm bringing this down onto my lower lash line just a little bit. Kind of smudging it. Oh, sorry, I'm totally blocking your view. Kind of smudging it down here a little bit. Just to, again, kind of bring the pink out a little bit more. Maybe I should have done like a pink inner corner. It's not too late, I still can, actually. Let's grab one of my fun palettes that I have, when I say fun palettes, like my colorful highlighter palettes. I'm like, what's that word? It's escaping me. Like I have the Alchemist, and it's got a real pretty pink in it. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, there's the pink right there. So I'm going to swatch that one. So this will be Amethyst. right here. So it's got a white base with a pink flip. Yeah, that one looks really pretty. I've got the ABH Moonchild and the Aurora, so they both have fun colors in them too. So let's see what they have for pinks. Let's see, it looks like Moonchild has Pink Heart right here. Oh, that's way overexposed. There we go, Pink Heart right there. So let's pick that up with a clean finger. See how we like it. It kind of looks the same to me. They look kind of identical. I don't see a difference. No, Aurora doesn't really have a pink in it that I can see. That's why I love keeping these highlighters around. Sometimes I'll wear colorful highlighters on my face, but mostly I love to use them on my eyes. Okay, yeah, this one has a real pretty pink shade in it. And I feel like these have a little bit more base to them than the other two pink ones, but I could be wrong. It might still be just as white. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I can tell a difference between the three. So I'll just go with the original that I opened, the KVD. I'm going to go back in with that Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH42 brush. Spray it so I don't get any fallout. Put that in the inner corner. I'm going to bring it down onto the lower lash line some too. And just a little bit up here, kind of wrapping the inner area right there. I don't know how to describe it, but just to kind of, it helps brighten up this area up here. Not that it really needs brightening, but it'll also bring a little bit of that pink duochrome in. Just trying to make sure they're kind of even, and just make sure I've got enough of that in there. It's so pretty. I want plenty of it. Alright, here we go. That's how we look with the inner corner. I don't know if the camera will pick up the shift. It might, but I don't know. Anyway, so okay, let me go ahead and hop off camera and I'll do my my lashes and pick out a lip, and I'll be right back with y'all. Alright, I am back. I have my my lashes and my lips done. So off camera I put on the L'Oreal Age Perfect mascara. What's it called? Oh, Lash Magnifying Mascara. There you go. And that's in black. So that's on my upper and lower lashes. I always put mascara on first before I apply falsies because it helps them kind of blend together more. And I don't like to put mascara on my falsies because they don't last as long. So there you go. And then the lip that I used is the Sephora Lip Stories. They, I guess, did either like an astrology or zodiac theme. So I got my my sign, which is Taurus. So that's what I'm wearing today. I was afraid it might be too brown at first, but I have worn it a couple times and I really, really like this shade. It's a cream formula. It actually says hashtag cream right there. I don't know if we can get it to show. Yes. Isn't that cool? That's cute. So I don't know if that means that some of the lip stories for this collection are matte and some of them are cream, or what all that means. This is the only one that I picked up, but I wanted to test it. I really like the formula. It's really nice. So this is something that I would consider purchasing more of their lipsticks in the future. Alright, so that was look number 2. So I will see y'all in just a few minutes with look number 3. Well, hello, I am back with our third look with the Circo Loco palette. For today's look, we're going to test the theory as to whether or not we can do a 5-pan palette look using one row going all the way across. For that, we're going to use this bottom row right here and test that theory out. So as you can see, we've got kind of a salmon-y pink, I guess you could say. You've got, it looks like a shimmery and metallic purple. You've got this silver that has some purple in it. You've got a matte purple, and then you've got kind of a shimmer orange, but it was a little satiny, more satiny than metallic. So there you go. That's what we're working with today, so, or for this look today. Alright, so I'm going to start with the first shade. The first shade I'm going to put down, I should say, is Joker, and I have already primed my lids. I'm going to put this shade down first. I have already primed my lids with the Ulta, whatchamacallit, matte eye primer in the shade Nude. There you go. So I've already done that. Let me grab a mirror and I'll dip into that shade. I'm going to use a Jessup tapered blending brush. I'm going to dip into Joker. Okay. And we're going to tuck Joker in right here. I'm going to start it right here on my inner corner. Okay, I'm going to continue doing that with the other eye. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and that is what we're looking like. That's just with that first shade that I showed you, Joker. Next up, I'm going to use the same brush. And I'm going to go in with this shade Magic, this matte purple right here. And I'm going to continue that from here on and then out a little bit. So just going to start right here where the pink ends, ever so slightly, kind of blending them together. And just kind of set up the shape that I want. Since this is more of a colorful look and we have more colors to play with, I'm kind of pulling this out a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to gently tap and then blend. Kind of tap and then blend so that I can blend this area nicely, and add more if I need to, like right there. There wasn't quite enough, so right there, and then kind of pull it out. If you happen to hear that like kind of clinking grinding sound, we have a decorative windmill out there outside, and it's a little windy, and it gets real windy. It gets a little noisy. So if you hear that on camera, I do apologize. Without taking the whole thing down, there's not much I can do about it. Alright, so there we go. I'm going to do that on the other eye, and we'll be right back. Alright, I am back. That is how we are looking right now with Joker and Magic so far, is all I've put down. So that's what we're looking like. So next up, I'm going to go in with Act right here. This is this deep purple shimmer right here. So I'm going to go in here And I'm going to do that on my lid on the outer corner to about here, and then on the inner corner, haven't decided yet. I think I know what I want to do, but I'm still thinking about it. All right, so I'm going to use a firm shader brush, a Sigma firm shader brush for this. So I'm dipping into Act, that real pretty metallic purple, and then spray it with water just to make sure I don't have fallout. Okay, so we're just going to start kind of out here towards the outer lash line, since we don't really have a shade deeper than these purples on this row, at least. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of pressing this in here. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty. Just trying to make sure I get it in all the little folds and crevices in my eyelid, and kind of blend it up into that matte purple a little bit. Same thing right here, just kind of blending that into that matte purple. We'll have to go back maybe and add a little bit of that matte purple. But that's what it'll look like right now. I'll be back with you. I'm going to do that on this side, and I'll be right back. All right, here's what we're looking at now. I know this is a very bold look. But I intended it that way just because we're playing with some really bold colors. So next up, what I'm going to do is go in with this gorgeous shade Ageless right here in the middle. This is that silver with a little bit of purple. So I'm going to put that on my inner lash line and probably carry it down just a little ways down in right in here as well. So I'm just going to use the same smudge brush, just use the other side of it, the firm shader brush I mean, and go ahead and do that. And I will spray the brush on this one as well. All right. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. I was really hoping using this shade with these purples would really bring out the purple in this silver. At least I think it does. Hopefully it's coming across camera that way. So now I'm just kind of blending it in to the purples. Okay, and then let me use a smaller brush so it's more controlled. I'm going to use a Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH. I think it's a 42. It's a really teeny tiny accent brush, so that I'll have a little bit more control over this when I go kind of down below, right here on my lash line. And in my inner corner as well. So, see, there you go. That way I have more control. Loving that. I have lots of fallout probably from that matte purple, which I kind of was afraid of, which is why I was doing a lot of packing. So I'm going to try to dust this off the best that I can. But I did not set my concealer on purpose just because I knew I was going to be working with a really, you know, some really deep colors. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other line. On the other eye. I'll be right back with you. Alright, there we go. I'm back. So both eyes are as even as they're going to get anyways. So now on my lower lash line, I'm going to use the final shade that we haven't used yet, which is Spiral. So I'm going to use this orange kind of satin shade on my lower lash line. I think that'll look really pretty. For that, I'm going to use this Nabla and 303. And I will probably spray my brush. Yes, because I have a feeling otherwise I'll have some major fallout. Alright, so I'm going to pick up where that silver shade leaves off, right about there. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm picking up right where that silver shade leaves off, and then just kind of packing and buffing underneath. Oh my goodness, my nose is tickling. Ay. And I'm doing this in hopes that I won't get any more fallout, because I had quite a bit of purple fallout. So this is kind of a very out there look. I'm aware of that, but honestly, if you're buying this palette, you're probably not scared of out there looks and colorful looks. So, however, I will say that I think this palette would be great for someone who is interested in pops of color, a really good pops of color palette, you know, to go with their neutrals, you know, where they want to just do a pop of purple or blue or turquoise on the lower lash line, or they want to, you know, do mostly a neutral look, but then do, you know, just one real pretty shimmer across, you know, the lid. I think that this would be good for that too, but otherwise I would say this is more for my friends who are not afraid of colorful eye looks. Would I wear this to work? No, probably not. Would I wear this out though? I absolutely would, especially if it was like a, you know, a festival or a, or dancing or, you know, whatever. So yeah, there you go. All right, I'm going to finish up the other eye and I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm back. So here is how we look. With that beautiful silverish purple all over the lid. On the inner portion, and then the outer portion, of course, we've got the name of that is Act for the shimmer purple. The pink is Joker, and the dark matte is Magic. And then down here we have the orange, which is Spiral. So we used all 5 in this row. So there we go. Goes to show, I mean, obviously this is an out there look. You wouldn't have to go, you know, you wouldn't have to wing it out this much or anything crazy like that. I just felt like doing that since it was going to be kind of an out there look anyways. So now I'm going to hop off camera and put on some lashes and a lip, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, I am back. So here is the finished look. I've got lashes on. Those are the Kiss So Wispy in the style Pompadour. There we go. So that's what those are. And then I also cleaned up this shape a little bit and fallout that I had with concealer when I was off camera, so it's a little bit sharper now. What else? I put mascara on before I put on my lashes, so for that I used the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. This is another mascara that I highly recommend. I really do like this one a lot. I've been trying it out for a while. It's probably getting close to the end of its life cycle. Let's see. What else? Oh, on my lower lash line, I put, just to kind of help reinforce that orange, I put the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Oops, in the lower lash line. So hopefully you can see that. Let's see, what else? Okay, and last is my lip. My lip, this came from this set that I had gotten a while back, in the BoxyCharm pop-up. And it's called, they're called lip fondants. And this particular shade is called Theme Song. And I have to say, this is one of the absolute best smelling liquid lipsticks that I've ever tried. It smells just like buttercream, icing, birthday cake. It smells so good. So far, so good. It feels comfortable. It appears to have dried down completely matte and it's not transferring, so that's good. I don't know about drinking and eating, but at least, you know, like under a mask or just in general, it looks like it stays in place. Alrighty, so this is look number 3. And get in a little closer so you can see it. Okay, and then the other side should be the same. Might be a little uneven. Hard to say. But I think I got them pretty darn close. Yep. So, alright, there is look number 3. I will be back with y'all shortly with look number 4. Well, hello, I am back for look number 4. I do believe this is. Hopefully I haven't lost count. For this look, we're going to play with a quad. We're going to play with this quad right here. So I'm going to do this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade. Pull that back a little bit so you can get a better view. Because that's more of a copper than an orange. It's looking a little bit more orange, but it's a little bit more of a copper. So the shades are Acrobat, Razzle Dazzle. The gold is Grin, and then the bronze or copper is Cannon. Okay, so I have already primed my eyes with my Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer, like I always use. So that is done. I am going to go ahead and go in with the shade Acrobat right there. That teal color. And I'm going to start that on my outer corner. I think, is that how I want to do it? And then bring it up through the crease ever so slightly. And if you're new to my channel, I am in my 40s, so of course I have aging, mature lids. They move around a lot more than someone, you know, in their 20s. They have more lines and fine lines and wrinkles and whatnot. So I pack first and then I blend. It just works better for me that way. So right now I'm just kind of packing it to get it kind of to the level I want it. And then I'm about to start bringing it through the crease. Ever so slightly. And you can see now I'm bringing it into my crease. This is the only matte in the look. So the majority of the crease will be taken up with that, with this shade. Okay, I'm going to continue blending this side, do the same for this one, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I have that real pretty teal shade Acrobat blended out through my crease and on my outer corner. Next thing I'm going to go in with is the shade Razzle Dazzle. This really pretty, I guess, berry purple-ish color. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really pretty. I've been looking forward to trying this one. Alright, so I am definitely going to spray my brush. And with this, we're going to go all over the lid. All the way until I get to, you know, the inner corner. I don't want to go in the inner corner with it. I'm going to bring this over and kind of blend it a little bit with this Acrobat shade. Makes it kind of a pretty purple. It's a really pretty shade. Okay, so there's that one. Do the same thing on the other side. And I'll be right back with y'all. Alright, I'm back. So now I have that real pretty shade Razzle Dazzle all over the lid and blended in a little bit with the shade Acrobat, that pretty teal shade. Alright, so next up I'm going to go in with this Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH42 brush, really small. And I'm going to go into Grin right here. The shade right here. I go in there. I'm going to kind of tuck it in to my inner corner and around. And see how we like it. So, because like I didn't bring the blue all the way to the end of my crease, I did that on purpose because I knew I wanted to add something in over here. So I'm going to do that both on the upper lash line like that and also on the lower lash line like that. And inner corner, make sure to get plenty of inner corner action so it's nice and bright. I'm just going to keep kind of going back and forth slowly until I build it up where I want it without getting a lot of fallout. Okay, so to see, that's what we're looking like. I'm gonna do the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here we go. This is the eye look. So far I did Acrobat, which was that teal, both on my outer corner and through the crease. Then I used Razzle Dazzle all over the lid, except for this most inner part. And then I used Grin to connect to this blue and kind of bring it in a little here and bring it down there. So now all I have left is that shade Cannon, which is like it's like either a bronze or a copper. So I'm going to get a pencil brush for that. I'm going to use the Nabla N303 and dip into that. Just as a reminder, this is the shade Cannon right here. It almost looks orange. I don't know why my camera's picking it up that way. But it's more of a I think it's more of a copper. I don't feel like I picked that much up on the brush. There we go. And I'm starting that right where that goldish, greeny gold. It's a gold, but kind of with a green undertone. I am starting that right where that ends on the lower lash line and bringing it all the way across. So I'm going to continue to do that on this side and do it on that side, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so here we go. I've got that shade Cannon on the lower lash line now, so you can tell it's definitely more of a copper shade, which I think blends really well into the gold. And I think the gold blends really well with these shades up here, so I like how that turned out. It's pretty unique. I would have never thought about pairing those shades together. So, you know, props to creative people like Natasha Denona that puts things together like this. So I'll pop off, put on my lashes, might change the lip, and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. I have my lashes on. So prior to putting on my lashes, I put on the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. And then the lashes I'm using are still the Kiss So Wispy and the Style Pompadour. Come on. Focus. There you go, the shade Pompadour, or the Style Pompadour, not shade. What else? And then for my lip, I used Maybelline Peach Buff number 540. That's what that looks like. Just wanted something really neutral. And then on top of that, I put the Luxe Gloss Cross Street on. So that is my lip combination. So there you go. Alright, so this is the fourth look. My eyes are watering, so please excuse that. This is my second look today so far. Alright, so I'll be right back with y'all with look number 5. Alright, I'm back for look number 5 with the new Circo Loco palette by Natasha Denona. So for this round, we're going to play with the pinks and a little bit of purple. I'm going to attempt a wing with the eyeshadow. That's going to be interesting. So I'm going to grab a mirror, put it over here just so hopefully it's not in, okay, cool, it's not in frame. Just so that I can see what I'm doing when I put tape on. Because that's about the only way I think I'm going to be able to do any type of a wing. Alright, I am back for look number 5 with the brand new Circo Loco Natasha Denona palette. I'm trying to pull it back so that you can see the colors more. It's super reflective. For this look, we're going to, let me move my mirror out of the way. My big one. For this look, we're going to play with the kind of pinks, berries, and purples. So I have already put on my eye primer, which is the same Ulta matte eye primer in Nude. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, I already primed my eyes. Oh, I put tape on because it's about the, I'm going to attempt to do some type of a wing with eyeshadow, and that's about the only way I can get that done. So, okay, we're gonna start with cotton candy first, right there. This is, get you in frame, this shade right here. Really super, super light pink. For this, I'm gonna go in with a Sigma Diffused Crease E58. That's what that looks like. Dip into cotton candy and put that in my transition. And this is just a very, very light pastel shade. So it's not even going to show up a whole lot on my skin. It does show up. Takes some building, but it does show up. Just a little tip, if you ever want to make pastels show up, or any color for that matter, show up more vibrant, start with a white base. But this is just for a nice light transition, so we're not doing that here. Alright, I'm gonna continue to blend. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got that all blended in throughout the crease on both eyes. Like I said, it's super light shade, so you might not even be able to see that on camera. Might help if I was in frame. There you go, super light shade. So I don't even think you can see it on camera. Okay, next up we're gonna go in with Joker right here. And we're going to add that into the crease. And I'm going to use the same brush, which is the Sigma Diffused Crease. There we go. And so that'll just blend nicely right into that light pink shade. I'm going to try to go, you know, to where I still have a little bit of that light pink showing. Okay, I'm back and here we go. So I have that pink blended into the other pink. We lost a little bit of that light pink, but I don't know that it'll show up. Towards the end, I'll probably buff out the top just a little bit with that light pink just to get it back. So next step, we're gonna go into this gorgeous shade, Razzle Dazzle, right here. See, yeah, there you go. You can see it better that way. There we go, that shade right there. And I'm going to put that over most of my lid. If this goes as planned, hopefully it will work out. I'm going to use, I'm using a Sigma Firm Shader E57. And I will be spraying my brush. Okay. And what I'm going to start with this is I'm going to start on the inner portion and take it to about right there, I'm thinking, and then we're going to work on that wing. We're going to see how it works out. And it's probably going to be kind of a big wing. Just because that's part of the look. Okay. Alright, so there's that one. I'm going to go do the other one and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back and I have both eyes pretty much blended out, pretty much about the same. So now I want to go in with a, probably a real nice, like a packer brush, but one that's not too big. So I'm kind of leaning towards this Jaclyn Hill brush with Morphe, but I was just glancing to see if I had one that was a little bit, okay, so I'll do the majority of it because that's a lot to fill in with the JH41, and then for the smaller, finer points, I'll do the JH42. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to make a wing, a big wing, with this purple shimmer right here called Act. Alright, so to do that, dip in there and definitely spray my brush. And we're going to start connecting it a little bit to that other shade. Okay, so there's one eye. I'm not going to take off the tape yet. I'm afraid. We'll do the reveal together in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Time for the moment of truth. Shall we do this together? Hold on, let me get a grip on the tape. And 1, 2, 3. Did it keep my shape? I think it did. Ooh, that's a wing. But I expected it to be a big wing. Very nice. Okay, wow, lots of fallout on my cheeks. Which is okay because I didn't set my concealer, so I can literally just kind of clean that up with my concealer, which I'm going to do real quick off camera, and then I'll be back and we'll work on the lower lash line. Okay, I've got the bottom lash line cleaned up now. With concealer, I'm going to go back up top and just kind of reinforce that pink, and then blend that razzle dazzle, that shimmery kind of berry shade with the purple a little bit. I noticed that there's not a lot of there's not a good transition between the two, I should say, so I need to fix that. So I'm just going to dip into razzle dazzle with this JH42 brush, this real small, nice accent brush. I'm just going to kind of tap it along where the wing is. There we go, that's better. They're blended a little bit better together. Now I'm going to go in with my blending brush I was using earlier, which was the Sigma Diffused Crease, if I can find it anywhere. No. Oh, yep, there you are. I'm going to go in with the Sigma Diffused Crease. First I'm going to add in the darker pink, and then I'll go on top of it with the lighter pink just to kind of reinforce the transition here. Alright, so I got that, but now I want to go in and buff it out with that light pink. For that I'm going to use a smaller, yeah, perfect. This is a Morphe X Jaclyn Hill, oh, I can't read, JH40 right here. I'm going to use that to go with that light pink on top of the darker pink. Okay, I think that's good. So on the lower lash line, let's just keep it simple, and we'll do Joker, and then we'll do Joker on the bottom lash line right here, and then if I need to, I'll blend it out with Cotton Candy right here. So that's what we're going to do real quick. For that I've got a Nabla N303 pencil brush. Alright, so we're going into a Joker. Okay, there's that, and then I'm just going to ever so gently blend like right down below with Cotton Candy. Alright, so here's where we're at right now. I am going to jump off camera and clean up the fallout that's on my cheeks again. and put on some lashes and a lip, and I will be right back with you. Alrighty, I am back. I have my lashes and lips on. Also, while I was off camera, I noticed that I had forgotten to do an inner corner highlight. So I used the shade, what's that? Ageless. This real gorgeous shade Ageless right here, which is silver with kind of a purple undertone. So I used that on my inner corners and on my brow bone. So there you go. What else? I did Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift mascara, and then I did the same Kiss So Wispy Lashes and Pompadour. Come on. There you go. That's them. The lip is Charlotte Tilbury and Pillow Talk. Just your lips but better kind of shade. Love this to go with everything. So this palette, I love this palette. I think this palette is gorgeous. I wish I had more time to do more looks with it. I'm inspired by this palette. I have other ideas in mind. I also would love to, you know, maybe do some looks with some of my other palettes, whether they be Natasha Denona or any other brand, just to kind of show you guys how they can be used. If there's any particular palette you want to request that I use this with, feel free. You guys have seen my eyeshadow palette collection. If you want to see it specifically with Natasha Denona, I can tell y'all what Natasha Denona palettes I have. One sec. But I will say I used every shade in this palette except for possibly that one. I can't remember if I used that light blue one or not, but I mean it swatches just the same as all her other metallics, so I have no doubt in my mind that that will work just fine. I did use everything else though, and everything performed wonderfully. No patchiness, nothing. It's her typical, this is the good formula. This is her standard good formula. Okay, so if you guys wanted to possibly see this with other Natasha Denona palettes, I have a 28 pan palette that's the blue purple palette. I have the star palette. I have Lila. I have the love palette. I have the sunrise palette. And then I have two 5-pan palettes. I've got this Peak that we got in BoxyCharm, and then I have another one. This is palette number 2 is all it says, so I've got those. And then I've got some minis too, so I've got this is the mini gold. Did I say I have the gold palette? I also have the gold palette. Did I miss any? I think that was it. The Tropic palette. I have the Tropic palette as well. And I also have the Mini Tropic. And then I have the Mini Glam. And I have the Mini Retro. So there you go if you're curious what Natasha Denona palettes I have. So if there is are any palettes that you'd like me to incorporate in a look with the Circo Loco palette, let me know. I do wish I had more time to do more looks. Maybe in the future I will. So we'll see. But I do hope you enjoyed this 5 looks 1 palette. You know, please leave me your questions, comments down below. I look forward to hearing from you. Alright, with all that being said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. I have lots of future content coming up. Make sure to ring that notification bell too, so that you get notified of that future content. I'm doing 32 palettes in 35 days. I know the numbers on that are funky, but basically I'm trying to go through a whole bunch of palettes that I had hauled like kind of the last couple months of the year, first couple months of this year, and I'm just trying to make myself go through those and use them and be able to give you guys feedback on what I think about those palettes. That's what that's all about. And I have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of other ideas. So please definitely ring that or hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out. Hit that like button. Thumbs up if you liked it. That would really help me out. And if you wouldn't mind sharing this video, that would help me even more. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by June. So, you know, any of that stuff will definitely help me, and I would greatly appreciate it. So with all that being said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are having a great day or evening wherever you are in this world. I hope that you are staying safe, and I hope that you're staying healthy, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye!